here at the U of T campus with head coach Anthony Capitosta of University of Toronto. Anthony, why are all these coaches here today?
We're putting on an event here, the National Soccer Coaching Conference, and this is all about coaching education. If they leave here a better coach, we've had a successful weekend, and that's really what it's all about. We have coaches here that are at the grassroots level, and we have some professional coaches that are sitting in the audience as well, and that's great for Canadian soccer, and I'm really happy to see that here.
Sasha Sorowski, talk about what you did here this morning. What I enjoyed was you made the drills challenging, you made them to think, but you also made them fun, and you wanted them to have the respect for the drill that you were showing. Talk about that.
Well, you know, you have to remember that the word play is in the word player, and kids want to play. They want to have fun. They want to be inspired. They want to get better. When they come to training session, they want to be pushed so they can improve. So whenever I design a training session, I always start with the end in mind, which means that we're going to play at the end of the game. And we're going to do everything building up to that to incorporate that they get a little better. Look, part of our job as a coach is to show that you genuinely care. You know, there's a saying that says, players don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So once you establish the relationship where they know that everything you're doing is to make them better, and part of the way you show that is that you're evolving as a coach. You know, whether you're coming to conferences like this and picking up ideas, and you bring some ideas to the table of your players, you're reading books, you're watching games. When the players know that you care about your own self-development, it's easy to inspire them about their self-development.
Tom, welcome to Toronto. What a day it is here at the 2013 Coaches Conference. What brought you out here?
I was invited by Anthony Capitosta to present at this great event, coaches event. I'll be lecturing this afternoon, running a training session for a youth club team this evening, and also running a session for youth club team tomorrow.
Now, Tom, a lot of coaches are here today to learn from you and others like Sasha and Andrea Neal and so many great coaches that are here today. But how do you learn, Tom? Because I'm sure that you don't stop learning. Where do you go? And how do you learn to get better as well?
I learn by watching the coaches within my own club. I enjoy watching. I always take something away from watching other coaches work. Also at the national conventions and events such as this, watching my counterparts perform out on the field is a huge learning environment for me.
What brings you here to watch all these great coaches bring their knowledge here?
You've got to learn it, Anthony. You know, the key thing is you can never close the book and say you know everything about coaching, and certainly getting tips from the quality of coaches we've got here today is tremendous.
I think there's a lot of clinics, but there's a great response here today. A lot of guys have come out to watch some of these coaches perform.
It's tremendous, and you've seen here former national team players like Randy Reagan, Jim Brennan from Toronto FC, college coaches, university coaches, and just coaches of club teams. It's great to see the range of coaches, the interest, the enthusiasm, men and women, and it's really a tremendous event, and I'm looking forward to the afternoon sessions and the sessions on Sunday morning.
What a great event Anthony Capitosta, University of Toronto, have put together. A lot of great coaches here to learn, but a lot of great coaches from all over Canada and the world. A little something that should be happening every year in this province.
Absolutely. It's a great event. I mean, we spend an awful lot of time talking about the game instead of putting on events like this. But I think it's important that we do talk about the Canadian game because it's got a tremendous amount of growth there. And there's an awful lot of good people involved in the game in Canada. And we need to get together more often.
How important is it, Andrew, that we need more teachers in this province and in this country to really teach the game at the youth level, at the grassroots 7, 8, 9-year-old?
Oh, it's incredibly important. So it's all about the building and on the technique, on the physical qualities, on the mental qualities, cognitive qualities, and for me, the coaches can only pass on what they know in that way. So we're a big push in this country about long-term player development, but it's really about long-term coaching development, which makes this such a special event that we get to come together in a very technical way and learn from each other and build our own knowledges and experiences to ultimately increase our capacities as coach so that we can therefore pass it on to the players.
We'll close it out with this. What advice you want to give to the young ladies that are starting out their young coaching career, maybe at the house league level, maybe at the rep level or university? What advice you want to give them?
Well, I think that what has been very important to me in the last several years is not just working within my own silo, but talking to other people, learning from other people. What do you do in this case? How do you prepare your players for this type of opposition, or physically or technically in this way? So I think that when you sort of get off your own train tracks and you're able to communicate to other people, they can help to support your growth as a coach.
Proud Canadian, Andrea Neil, a Hall of Famer and someone that gives back. This is what we need more of in our country. Thanks for joining us on Touchline, Andrea.
Thanks, Anthony.